Last summer, I decided to spend a quiet week alone at my dad's old cabin house, deep in the woods of Osun State. It was one of those rustic, creaky wooden cabins with no electricity, no cell service, and the kind of silence that makes your ears ring. I thought it'd be peaceful, just me, nature, and my sketch pad. But on the first night, I started hearing slow, dragging footsteps outside the cabin around 2 a.m. At first, I thought it was some animal, maybe a deer or wild dog, until I realized the steps were too steady, too human. I peeked through the window, but there was only darkness and the outline of trees swaying in the wind. The next morning, I stepped out to find muddy, barefoot prints circling the entire cabin, stopping right under my window facing in. I tried to stay calm, telling myself maybe some crazy local was playing a prank, but then on the third night, I woke up to the sound of whispering coming from the living room. I stayed frozen in bed, too scared to move. When I finally gathered the courage to check, the whispers had stopped, but a chair that had been tucked under the dining table was now facing the window, like someone had been watching the forest. That night, I barely slept. The following evening, just as I was about to leave early, I found a small piece of paper tucked under the front door. It was old and yellowed like it had been there for years, but it hadn't been there the night before. Written on it in delicate cursive was the sentence, "Why did you stop talking to me?" A phrase my late mom used to say during her final days battling schizophrenia. She had died in that same cabin 20 years ago, after wandering into the woods and never coming back. I left everything behind and ran. I haven't been back since, but my dad called me 2 weeks ago, confused, asking why I had written "I miss our talks" on the bedroom wall in chalk. I swear on my life, I never did.